So, okay. So take the bolster, put the bolster on the back of your mat. Take the 2 blocks and put the blocks on the front of your mat. Put the feet in Baddha Konasana, but quite comfortable Baddha Konasana. So take the feet quite far away from your pubis. And lay down over the bolster, but the end of the bolster have to be roughly between the shoulder blades. So I don't want you to use the bolster for the lumbar spine. The lumbar spine will be free to just relax. If you need to, you can also take a folded blanket and put it under your head. So maybe it will be more comfortable. Take the blocks and put the blocks on the side of your legs, just to give you a bit of support. Slide the shoulder blades over the waist. Close your eyes and stay there. Observe that with the bolster in this position, your chest is naturally widened. Tilt your hips gently backward to lengthen your lumbar spine. And start relaxing every part of your body. Relax your forehead, eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let them sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face. And clench your jaw and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders. If it's more comfortable for you, you can move your arms a little bit more to the side, more open, or a little bit closer to your hips. Up to you to find your comfortable position. Relax your arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back and your spine, vertebra to vertebra. Relax your hips, the groins. Relax your legs, knees, ankle and feet. Bring your attention onto your breath and observe every aspect of your breathing cycle. Which part of your body moves the most? Chest or belly? Observe the effect of the bolster on your chest, on your breath. Observe the length of your normal breath. without wanting to change anything. Just observe your tidal breath, your normal breath, your easy breath. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation. Small moments where everything stops, even your breath. And become aware of the 4 phases of your normal breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. And even there, observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remain relaxed and open even during the pauses. 3 more observing breaths. At the end of the 3rd, take control and create longer, slower breathing cycle. Observe your lungs filling up slowly and get empty slowly. And observe the movement of your chest and belly while you create longer breaths. Observe that there is one part of your breath that remains soft, just like your normal breath, your tidal breath. But to create a deeper breath, then you have to activate muscles, both for the inhalation and for the exhalation. So the first part of the inhalation is kind of passive, is natural. And then you activate the muscles of your rib cage to open your rib cage and breathe deeply. When you start the exhalation, the first part of the exhalation is passive. The air flows freely out of your body. But to exhale deeper, you activate the muscles of your body, belly or chest, to kind of squeeze your lungs, to exhale deeper. When you exhale, the first part is passive, and then you activate your body. When you exhale, the first part is passive, and then you activate your body. Become aware of this difference. Become aware of the moment where you switch from your passive breathing to your active breathing. Become aware that when you breathe deeper, You no longer have 4 phases, but you have 6 ones. Passive inhale, active inhale, pause. Passive exhale, active exhale, pause. Become aware of every small movement of your body, of every exhalation, every inhalation, every aspect of your breathing cycle. And now focus deeper on your active phases. And activate the muscles of your rib cage in a more conscious way during the inhalation. So start the inhalation as a passive inhalation. Then activate the muscles of your rib cage. And push the ribs to the side. Spread your ribs. Hold. And then relax your body. For the passive exhalation. And at the end of the passive exhalation, activate your muscles, belly and chest, to squeeze your lungs in a gentle way. Breathe in and breathe out. Fully conscious. And observe where you may have some tensions. Don't force, just observe. Just play without forcing. Play with your breath, play with your body. Become a witness of yourself, of your breath, of your body. Passive inhalation, active inhalation, pause. Passive exhalation, active exhalation, pause. 6 phases of your breathing cycle. Still focusing on the active phases of your breathing cycle. Keep it longer than the passive ones. And keep the exhalation, the active exhalation, longer than the active inhalation. So keep the control just on the active phases, but relax completely your breath for the passive ones. Often, when we take control of your breath, of our breath, we tend to control from the beginning till the end. Today, keep the passive phases as they are, completely passive, and take the control only for the deeper part of your breath. More conscious, more difficult. 3 more breaths. And just for the last one, go deeper. Go as deep as you can. And then go back to a normal breath, a tidal breath, completely passive. Let go your breath. Let it flow freely. And just observe how light your breath is now. Observe the small movement of your chest or of your belly. And allow your body to relax deeper and deeper, just for a few breaths. Let go. Let go all tensions. Okay, really slowly. Roll on your right side. So take the block under the right leg out. Roll on your right side. Push with the left hand to sit up. Put the bolster away, but keep the blocks. Sit on your heels with the knees as wide as the mat. Put the blocks on the front side of the mat. And put the forearm over the blocks. Keep the arm straight. Look in front of you and go down. So it's a little bit more active way of opening your shoulders. Look in front of you. Don't allow your head to go down today. Just look forward. 5 breaths. At the end of the 5th breath, slowly come back up. Put your hands over your legs. And create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Keep the navel toward the spine. Create those circles with on one side and on the other side. Okay, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, belly in. Tuck the tailbone under, so lengthen your lumbar spine. Roll the arms outward, palm of the hand facing outward. And turn to the right. Lean gently back, belly in, sternum lifted. Move your right arm, hand toward the ground without touching the ground. And look behind you. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, turn to the left. Lean gently back. Push the left hand toward the ground. Twist and look behind you, 3 breaths. And come back to center. Okay, now, Dandasana. Take the blocks and put blocks roughly around your, well, in between your knees and ankles. Okay. Dandasana. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Tilt your hips forward. Roll the arms outward, but pull the back of the hand over your thighs. Okay. Now, push the shoulders gently back, like you want to lean back. Okay, that's beautiful. Now you're completely straight. So try and record this feeling, because now you're straight. Stay there. Keep your feet flexed. Okay, good. Stay there. Now, bend your right leg. Slide the right ankle under the left knee. Bend your left leg just in front. Take the blocks just with the hands. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Put your hands over the blocks. And walk forward with the blocks and hands, keeping the spine as much as you can straight. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, look in front of you. 5 breaths. If you feel any tension on your knees, or if you feel a little bit too much pressure on the outside ankle, keep your feet flexed. If you keep your feet flexed, it will help not feeling too much pressure on the ankle, and you will give support to your knees. At the end of the 5th breath, try and go a little bit forward, just a tiny bit, keeping the spine as much as you can straight. 3 more breaths. So go deeper and deeper. And at the end of the 3rd, come back up. Put the blocks to the side, straighten your legs for Dandasana. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Bend your left leg, slide the left ankle under the right knee. Bend the right leg in front. Put your hands over the blocks, put the blocks in front of you. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, keep the spine straight. And just listen into your body. Keeping the spine straight. Walk forward with your blocks. Just listen to the messages of the body. Don't force, play. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Tilt your hips forward. The movement comes from the hips, not from the spine, not from the shoulders. Five breaths. Even in this, on this side, if you're feeling a bit more pressure on the ankle or on the knees, keep your feet flexed. At the end of 5th breath, walk forward, even just 1 millimeter with your blocks, keeping the spine as much as you can straight for 3 more breaths. And at the end of the 3rd, really slowly, come back up. Dandasana again. Put the back of the hands over your thighs again. Feet flex. Push the thighs down, but not with the hands, just using the muscles of your legs. Keep the spine straight, so take back the feeling that you had when I told you that your spine was straight. Take back those feelings. Okay, now bend your knees. Grab your knees with the arms. Walk back with your feet and find balance. Stay there. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, close your eyes and allow your head to move toward the chest. You can even round your spine. Kind of relax in your body. More breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, lift your head, shoulders down, lift your tibias. Roll the arms outward, put the palm of the hand facing the sky, shoulders down, stay there, 3 breaths. Now, really slowly, keeping the legs in this position, lay down on the mat with the torso. Really slowly, really slowly. Stay there, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, lift your head, lift your shoulders, and go back in Navasana. Previous pose. So lift your torso up again. It's hard, I know. But you can do it. Yay! Good! Now, cross your legs and put your hands over your knees. Okay. Create circles with your hips and lumbar spine, both on one side and on the other side. Okay, now put your right hand down on the ground. Not to, just next to the hips, on the side of the hips, but not close to the hips. Take, I don't know, 20 centimeters from the hips to the side. Not back, just on the right side of the hips. Like here. Okay. Now, lift your left arm up. Push the thumb, the left thumb back. Push with the right hand against the ground to push the chest to the left. So you're kind of lifting the right side of your hips, the right buttocks. You can even lift it just a tiny bit by pushing the hands down on the ground. Now allow the left arm to move to the right. Look at the sky, 3 breaths. And come back to center. Put your left hand down on the ground on the side of your hips, roughly 20 centimeters from your hips. Lift your right arm up, palm of the hand facing left. Push the right thumb back. Push with the left hand against the ground to push the chest to the right. And even lift just a tiny bit your left side of your buttocks. Allow the right arm to move to the left and look at the sky. 3 breaths. And come back to center. Okay, now put your feet in Baddha Konasana. Keep the feet a bit closer than usual, so not too far away from your hips, but not super close either. It has to be quite comfortable. Now, grab with your right hand the left ankle. Yes, okay. Now, lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, and move the right shoulder toward the right knee. Okay. Lift the left arm up, turn it outward to have the palm of the hand facing right, and allow the right arm to move to the left arm to move to the right. Look up and push the left knee down toward the ground. 3 breaths. And come back to center. Good stretch of the side of the ribs. So now grab with the left hand the right ankle. Lift the right arm up, roll it outward, palm of the hand facing left. Allow the left shoulder to move toward the left leg. Push the right knee down and allow the right arm to move to the left. Look up, 3 breaths. And come back up. Okay, now put your feet down on the ground with the legs bent and wide. Grab your ankles. Allow the arms to move inside your legs, inside your knees. So the knees are up. Yeah, perfect. Now, grabbing your ankles, lift the sternum and move the shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. Keep the spine as much as you can straight, even arched, a little bit, not too much, but you can even arch your spine. And keeping the spine either straight or slightly arched, walk to the side with your feet. And again, lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. And keep on walking forward. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. If you can, keep your legs straight, but keep the sternum lifted and shoulder blades down with the spine either straight or slightly arched. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, lift your torso and interlace your hands behind your sacrum. Keep the palm of the hand as much as you can close to each other. This is the direction. Maybe it's not possible for today, but this is the direction. And straighten your arms as much as you can. Breathe deeply for 3 breaths. Keep your legs active. Keep your thighs down. Flex feet. At the end of the third breath, roll your hips forward, lean forward, but keep the arms and spine exactly in the same position. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. When you reach your maximum, stay there for 3 breaths, just 3 breaths. Breathe deeper and deeper. Remember the active phases and the passive phases of a breathing cycle. At the end of the third, come back up, release the arms, close your eyes, put your hands over your thighs or knees, close your eyes and stay there. Breathe deeply and observe your chest opening to the side, widening. Observe the feelings that you have around your lungs, maybe even on your diaphragm. Okay, now open your eyes. Take the bolster again and take the 2 blocks. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do with all those things. So the first block will be for your sacrum. The bolster will be under your shoulder blades. The second block will be just to support your head today. So a flat position. So you simply lay down with the sacrum over the block, and then slowly you lay down on your bolster. Once that you have your shoulder blades, not the neck, but the shoulder blades over the block, over the bolster, you take the second block and you find the good position for the head. If possible, put it flat. If it's not possible for today, then you can put it on the second position, so in the middle position. Up to you to find the good position for today for your block. Once that you have this positioning, straighten your arms up to the sky. Okay, try and move the bolster a little bit more toward the shoulder blades and away from the neck and shoulders. Now on the other side. Closer to the first block. Even more. So we will push your chest up to the sky. Yeah, better. Good. Okay. Now lift your arms up to the sky, palm of the hands facing each other. Move the shoulders away from the ears. And keeping the shoulders away from the ears, really slowly allow the arms to move toward the ground behind your head. Really slowly, take your time. And now, when you reach almost your maximum, push the lower part of your ribs toward the pubis. So activate your abdominal muscles to focus the opening on your chest, on the upper chest. The lower ribs toward the navel or toward the pubis. And stay there. 5 breaths. Keep the arms straight and active. Palm of the hands facing the sky, facing each other. Breathe deeply. Really slowly, take your time. Really slowly lift your arms up again. Really slowly. Keep the lower part of your rib cage toward the navel to keep the full control of your body. Once that you have your arms perpendicular to the ground, cross your arms and grab your shoulders. Shoulders, yes. Stay there, 3 breaths. Okay, now interlace the hands and take the back of the head with your hands. Keep the elbows quite close to each other. So you're kind of wrapping your head with your arms. And now lift your head, push your elbows toward the knees, the direction. Once that you lifted your head, release your arms, put your hands down and push to come up. Okay, good. Move blocks and bolster. And stand up. Keep your feet wider than your hips. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, roll the arms outward, push the thumbs back to open gently your chest. Breathe deeper and deeper on your chest. And remember to put your attention on the active phases. So observe the activation of the muscles when you breathe deeper. Okay, now move the right hand in contact with your right leg. So the back of your hand is in contact with the outer thigh. Lift your left arm up, keep the shoulders down, belly in, really gently. Start moving your right hand toward the right feet and allow the left arm to move to the right. Push the thumb of your left hand back and look at the sky. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, lift your left arm up and lift your body. Okay. Now, move the back of the left hand in contact with the outer side of your thigh, of your left thigh. Lift your right arm up, shoulders down, belly in, gently. Start leaning to the left. Push the right thumb back and look at the sky. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, lift your right arm and lift your torso. Allow that your arms to go down freely. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply and observe your chest and your belly. Just become aware of this small movement. Feel stable, grounded, Okay, open your eyes. We're gonna use the wall. So put your hands against the wall, roughly at your chest level. Okay. Walk back with your feet and create a sort of Adho Mukha Svanasana against the wall. So push with the hands against the ground, against the wall. Arms straight, roll the arms outward, keep the shoulders wide and away from the ears, and allow the chest to move down. Now you can choose. You can either allow the head to move down, or you can look at the wall just in front of you. The two versions have advantages and disadvantages. So when you look to the wall, you're lifting your sternum even more. So you're arching your spine and going deeper in this position. When you allow your head to move down, you allow your neck to lengthen. So both versions are good. There's not one better than the other. They're just advantages and disadvantages. Keep the arms straight and active. Roll the arms outward. Keep the legs active. Tilt your hips forward. Stay there. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, really slowly, come back up. Keep the hands against the wall. Lift your torso completely. So you're in Tadasana now, but with the hands against the wall. Walk forward with your feet. You're just in Tadasana now. Okay. Now, release the arms. Put your hands, the left hand, against the wall, roughly at shoulder level. Roughly. Okay. Well, actually, you can do it with the right hand, so you can look at me. So it's better. Okay. Now, from this position, you simply keep the hands in this position. So with the fingers pointing back, and you push the base of the hand against the ground, against the wall. Pushing there, you put your well, now you're doing the opposite. So your left feet a little bit wider than your hips, and push, 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 push. Now you lift your right feet and put it just outside of your left one. Well, it's kind of cool position. So you're kind of crossing the legs, leaning to the wall. Yes, okay. Now, lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, and push the left, for you, left shoulder back. You're kind of twisting the whole body to the left to open and stretch the upper arm and the upper chest. 3 breaths. Look opposite to the wall. And at the end of the third breath, come back to the normal position and change side. So put your left hand against the wall with the fingers pointing back, hands roughly at shoulder level. Now, move your right feet a little bit away from the wall, not too much, but just a little bit away from the wall. Now, push with your right feet against the ground and cross left leg over the right one. So you're pushing with the base of the hand against the wall. You're leaning to the wall, belly in, sternum lifted. And now push the right shoulder back, twisting the whole body to the right. 3 breaths to stretch your upper arm and chest. Come back to center. And again, change arm, but put the right hand roughly in the same position that we did before. So with the fingers pointing back and with the hands roughly at shoulder level. But now you lower your right shoulder. You keep your elbows bent. Keeping the elbows bent, you lift your elbows just behind you. So you're kind of doing this movement. From there, keeping the shoulders down, you're lifting the elbows up. So this movement, while you push with the hands against the wall, will stretch this part of your shoulders. Okay, sternum lifted. So you're gonna feel even more. You're gonna stretch also the part from the chest to the shoulder. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Push the opposite shoulder back. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, 3 more. Breathing deeper on your chest. And release. Change side. So put your left hand on the wall with the fingers pointing back, elbows bent. And now lift your elbows up. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Shoulder blades down. And push the opposite shoulder back to stretch even deeper. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, 3 more, breathing deeper on your chest. Keep the awareness of your breath, of the passive and active phases. And at the end of the 3rd, release. Okay, now keep your legs wide, 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 wide. Keep the feet parallel to each other. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. So now you're free in this area. So roll the arms outward, push the thumbs back. Keep this movement, so keep the arms back. Tilt your hips forward and put your torso parallel to the ground. Look in front of you. Push the hands back. 3 breaths. Keep the legs active, especially the thighs. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. At the end of the 3rd, really slowly come back up. Okay, now, right foot forward, left foot back. Now I want you to activate the legs in a conscious way. So I want you to feel the legs really strong and active. You know how to do it. So you're kind of bending the leg and counteracting this movement by stretching the leg. So let's change the fence. So you're kind of bending the leg, but keeping the movement, so the legs active while bending. You keep on stretching and find a compromise to keep your legs completely straight and active. Okay, push the big toes down on both legs. Both legs works in this manner. So bending and straightening to keep both sides of your legs, front and back, active. Keep the big toes down to give you stability, to ground yourself. Roll the arms outward, push the thumbs back. Keep this stretching movement of the upper chest, this opening, but keep the belly in. Tilt your hips forward and go down, still keeping the legs really active. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, really slowly come back up. Release the arms, release legs. Don't change side because we're gonna do the same thing, but I want you to put your attention, since you already know how to activate your legs, I want you to put your attention on your hips, buttocks, and belly. So you can keep also this area active and strong to give you more control on the alignment of your body. Let's try it. So, first thing first, activate your legs, bending straight. Okay. Belly in, sternum lifted. Roll the arms outward. Roll your hips forward and start observing the movement of your gluteus, of your buttocks, of the muscles of your hips. Become aware of all those muscles. And becoming aware of those muscles, try, even though it's hard in this position, but you can do it. Try and push the 2 legs to the side, apart. So they're not moving, the feet are not moving, the legs are not moving, but you're kind of pushing the legs to the side to activate the muscles around your hips in a different way. And keeping this movement, lift your torso up again and release the muscles. So I think that you felt something different, I hope. But it's the first time, so if it's not a problem, because we're gonna do it again and again and again, so you're gonna feel it. So now change leg. Right leg back, left leg forward, feet pointing forward, hips squared. Activate the 2 legs, so bending and straightening to keep it strong and steady. Push the big toes down, roll the arms outward, belly in, take the tailbone and roll your hips forward and start moving forward. 3 breaths. Keep the hands back, shoulders back, legs active. At the end of the 3rd, really slowly come back up. Okay, release just for a few seconds. Now, we're gonna add this small movement, like you want to, without moving the legs, you want to spread the legs out. So you cannot just doing this movement to activate also the muscles on your hips and buttocks. So first thing first, positioning of the legs and activation of the legs. Bend and straighten. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades in. Roll the arms outward. Roll the hips forward. And now activate the muscles of your buttocks and hips. Like we want to spread the legs. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Keep on moving the arms back. Legs active. And really slowly come back up. Okay, now Tadasana. And find your more gentle version of Tadasana. So kind of relax the muscles of your body. Still keeping the position. So find the compromise between the activation of your muscles just to keep the shape of Tadasana, of the mountain pose, but relaxing all the muscles that are not needed. And stay there just for 3 breaths. Observing your chest, your breath, your head, your mind. Observe how you feel. Open your eyes, and I can move into Shavasana. If, since you have this breathing difficulties today, you can use the bolster like we did at the beginning. There's no problem whatsoever. So in case, just put the bolster and put also the folded blanket behind your head. And I would suggest you to keep your legs bent so you will not have any tension on the lumbar spine. Slide the shoulder blades over the waist, as usual. And relax. Let go all tensions. Relax your face, your throat, your belly. And allow your breath to be completely passive. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant the mantra. And at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that moment, just relax. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtin Vadanam Udvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyam Amritat Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtin Vadanam Udvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyam Amritat Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtin Vadanam Udvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityor Mukshiyam Amritat. Really slowly, start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before pushing with the left hand to sit up comfortably for the chant of 3 Om. Keep your spine straight yet relaxed. Put your hands in Inana Mudra or Chin Mudra. Eyes closed. Inhale deeply. Relax your face, your throat, your belly. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.